Alrighty, guys and girls, Tom Panos, Sunday Night Rant. I am sorry for the delay. I was just finishing some work with Susan on the other line for the real estate gym, and that's been done, and I want to welcome you all. I have an iPad in front of me, which is Insta, and I have Facebook. So guys, welcome. This is a business session, and I want to welcome you all because it's one of my favorite topics. Michelle Kerr says, naughty boy. How are you, Michelle from WA? I want to, this camera is a little bit, oops, we just do that. That's better. Okay, David Smith, how you going? Hi to everyone coming in. Good day, Insta, Facebook. Jay Lee, how are you? Shane Bowman, good to see you. B Smokes Limousines, really good. Phoebe, good to see you. Thank you. It says my Uber Eats from Vietnamese has arrived. Okay, so it's all fucking happening. My Uber meal has landed and I'm having Vietnamese. Hello, Katrina. How are you? Nick Riggers, good to see you. Some of you sort of, flip-flop from Insta to Facebook. Michelle, how you going? Michael, how you going? Steph, how you going? King Panos says, Nick Reeses, Nicole Gleason, it was great to see you. And thank you so much for spending that 1 or 2 minutes one-on-one with me when I was at K & Burden the other day. Nick Carr, how you going? Looking forward to auctioning 6 properties for you. So gang, we are up and running. So what are we talking about today? We're going to talk to you about a sales slumps. I'm going to also talk to you about what I think is the official guide to prospecting as a hustler. Hello, George, my little cousin. We sold another great property yesterday. Guys, did we have a great Saturday auction? I got to tell you, man, everything went well, and I was really pumped and excited about some of the results. A couple of $100,000 over reserve for some properties. And what I've got to tell you right now, for me, the properties that are getting sold are the ones that's got nothing to do with the auctioneer, but a lot to do with great real estate people that are exceptional at getting vendors to accept the reality of the marketplace. Big pat on the back, because I actually think that real estate agents are underrated on the day of the auction and auctioneers are overrated on the day of the auction, because I know that you've done 99% of the work, and I'm totally grateful for every great agent that I show up and has done that for me. Because you know what about auctioneers? They fucking rock up. Some of these auctioneers, they rock up. They think that they are at an MC at a fucking wedding. They've got no idea at how much pain is involved with everyone. And the real estate agent who has been going back and forward maybe 60 times, hearing the same thing over again, and the vendor thinks that the auctioneer is the good guy or girl. So gang, respect to all of you out there. But I'm going to talk to you about a topic that I think is super important, and that is the reality is that there is many of you right now who I believe are in a sales slump. Doesn't matter whether you're in real estate, whether you're in cars, whether you're in finance, whether you're in pharmaceutical, whether you are a graphic designer trying to get your business up and running, whether you're a personal trainer. Anyone that wants more clients and is in a slump, have a listen to why you're in a slump. Because somewhere along the line, guys and girls, you forgot about the 30-day rule. And what the 30-day rule says is this. The 30-day rule says that what you do in these 30 days affects the next 60 to 90 days. I'll repeat that. What you do in these 30 days affects the next 60 to 90 days. And what actually happens is a lot of people in business that don't understand this 30-day rule actually end up not participating in the 30 days because they expect that you're supposed to get results during the 30 days. So what we know is that there is a gap between effort and reward. And people that understand that what you will do today may lead to nothing, but will lead to opportunities in the next 60 to 90 days are the people that continue to hustle during the 30 days. The most important thing in all sales is this. Listen to me very carefully. It is the pipe. When you have people in the pipe, you will have further opportunities. When you have no people in the pipe, you have problems. Now, listen to what actually happens as to why a slump occurs. At some point, you decide that you will stop talking to relevant people in the pipe. Because you have no people in the pipe, your pipe stalls. Because the pipe stalls, you have no presentations to go to. Because there are no presentations to go to, you then begin to lose confidence. Losing confidence also saps energy, and that further profounds and compounds the effect of you actually not prospecting. So what actually happens is your pipe gets even smaller. At this point, you start getting really anxious and depression sets in. And that is, my friends, the anatomy of a slump in sales. So how do you get out of a slump in sales? Very, very carefully. You must go back to the basics. And instead of digging a hole bigger than what it is, and that is done by worry, and that's what actually happens when you dig a hole, you actually make the worry expand. What you do is an intelligent person stops the worry and says, let's go back to the basics. What are the basics? Bang, you hit the phones. Bang, you hit the door knocking. Bang, you start breaking bread with influencers. Bang, you send intelligent text messages to people to rekindle relationships with them. Bang, you intelligently go back to Facebook, LinkedIn, and potentially Insta and create opportunities again. That's what you do. You become obsessive. So guys and girls, if you're watching this right now and you're in a slump, let me tell you, you can have a great night sleeping tonight. I'll tell you why. Because there's something you can do about it. And that means you can go to bed tonight knowing that tomorrow you are going to be doing something about it. And the good news is, in 30 days, you are going to start moving out of the survive mode to the thrive mode. Aqualove. I love this water. And by the way, this is not paid cash for comments. I actually paid for it. But the guys that sent it to me, man, I got to tell you, I love this water. 9 to 10 pH, alkaline water. And for some reason, must be the placebo, I just think it tastes better than that, Spring Valley round bottle that we've had for 10 years, Anyway, go off tomorrow. And by the way, let me just say to you a couple of the other rules. So if you are going to move in to what I say, hustle mode, listen to me very carefully. What's the next thing? You must, listen to me very carefully. You must learn what I call the power hours. Nothing happens without time blocks. This is a critical behavior of all successful people, and that is they have time blocks. And your time blocks will be either the following. You will either block off from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. or you will do the following. You will do from 9 till 10, from 12 to 1, and from 4 to 5. You choose, because I think you've got to be the subject and the scientist. Some people like to do 9 to 11. Some people like to do 10 to 12. Here's my advice to you. Listen very carefully. If you do nothing, nothing happens. If you do something, something happens. You get the drift. Do fucking something. But the power hours must be uninterrupted. I'd like to ask everyone here, who has ever had a really important sales presentation to do? A real important sales presentation to do. And then with like 2 minutes to go to actually go to your appointment, someone comes to you in your office and says, I'm going to the cafe. Do you want to come with me and have a coffee? And what actually happens is you say, I can't. I have an appointment, so you don't go. Now, let's rewind. Let's assume you've got one of your prospecting sessions that needs to get done. It's 2 minutes before you start your power hour. Someone comes along and says, hey, Tom, do you want to go have a quick cup of coffee? You think to yourself, yes, I do. So what actually happens is you cancel that appointment. What's my point? You must treat prospecting with the same importance as that sales appointment that you would not cancel. But every day across the world in sales, people that have no discipline continue to pick the coffee over the prospecting. And I'm going to say to you that some people have what I call Groundhog Day 30 years in a row in sales. They never ever prospect, but always had planned to. So I'm saying to you, until you take prospecting from a should to a must, you're going to struggle. A couple of the other things that I want to speak to you while we're talking about the hours of powers. Next thing is, I do not believe that you can prospect and multitask. You must get rid of the devices with the alarms. When you have alarms on devices, they distract you. And when you get distracted, you move away from the task and then you come back to the task. And that's why you will only speak to 4 people in an hour. Let's look at how a fanatical prospector prospects. Number 1, they have the list of the people they're going to call printed out. Number 2, all mobile devices, iPads and that, have no alarms going on so they're not distracted. Number 3, when they call, they are calling for one of 3 reasons. Listen to me carefully. Number 1, they're either calling to make an appointment and see the people face to face. Number 2, they're either calling to keep trust. Why? Frequency builds trust. Keep the conversation going. Or number 3, why are they calling? Because they're trying to work out whether this person on the database is ready to be hit in the strike zone or whether they need to be moved further in the database, further up, further down, or totally eliminated, because there's some people in your database that shouldn't even be there. So they're the 3 reasons. Let me go over 3 reasons why you call. 1, set an appointment. Number 2, why? Because you want to qualify to see where they're at. Are they going to be in the selling zone soon? Or number 3, why? Very simple, to actually build trust and keep the relationship going. So, here is one of my golden rules in the morning before you begin your prospecting. Listen to me carefully. Never, ever look at the inbox. Why? Because the email is the thief of the 21st century. The email is going to have an email from someone you don't know that doesn't matter. And before you know it, you've read that email, you've pressed the link, you're on some fucking website looking at gym shorts, and before you know it, it is 11 o'clock. Never ever open an email before you begin your first power hour. My experience is there is never an urgent email. If it is so urgent, they will get you by some other means. Trust me, if it is a fucking tsunami coming, it'll be like Hawaii, you will get it, right? Trust me. So what I'm saying to you is, do not make that that bloody inbox get you totally distracted, because I know your brain's fucked up. It has an addiction to distraction, and there's so many things going on. You're fighting with it every day. So I'm saying to you all, by the way, everyone watching it here, you all have got ADD. Just to some sort of extent, right? You all are just so keen to have something that's going to come. And my experience is, you know what my experience is? There is never an email that comes to you at 8 o'clock in the morning that has been sent to you by someone at 3 o'clock in the morning that said, you know what? I couldn't sleep. I want to do business with you. It is never, ever something good. So don't worry about it. Get onto your phone calls, right? Couple of other things that I want to share with you with the do's and don'ts, right? With people, when you're talking to them on the phone, here are the don'ts. You never ring anyone up with a weak approach. Hi, is that Nicole? Nicole, do you have a moment? Okay, thank you. Next, and people actually count that as a call. You know that? We got people in sales in Australia and New Zealand that actually think that's a fucking call, right? Next call. Hi, can I speak to Nick? And Nick, I was wondering whether you had a spare moment to chat. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll call next week. Thank you. Gang, let me show you what a sales girl or what a sales guy does. They must know the art of gentle interruption. You must learn the art of gentle interruption. Trust me, if you're in sales, accept it. You're interrupting people, but some people are better at it than others. So let me just show you what a great salesperson does. By the way, if you've got any salespeople in your office that need to watch this, tag them now, share this video to your staff, because maybe they're fucking coming in and they're kidding and they're looting themselves and they think they're salespeople. But I've got to tell you, man, this is what a salesperson does. Picks up the phone, right? Here it is. Hi. It's Tom Panos here. Can I speak to Mark Zimboli? Mark, the reason I'm calling is because. Listen to me, gang. Your because is got to be fucking good. Because if you don't have a strong because, the deal that you're offering the caller is not a good deal. Because they're going to give you time, right? They're going to give you time. And they're thinking to themselves, hang on a second. If I'm going to give this guy time, what he's going to give me is got to be good. So your because is got to be, the reason I'm calling you is because. Most of the people in the area at the moment are asking me about this incredible property that sold for $3.5 million. So I thought I'd call everyone that I've spoken to in the last few months and tell them what the real story is all about. Have a strong because. Or if you're in real estate, hey, the reason I'm calling Mark is because I don't know. But do you know the house 4 doors down? Guess what? A signboard's going up tomorrow. I don't know, but did you realize that it's coming on the market? And by the way, do you want me to keep you in contact with how it goes? Have a strong because. None of this soft, passive, not confident, weak, approaches. I'm telling you straight, the most important approach in sales is this. Be confident and assumptive. Listen to me. Be confident and assumptive. When you're confident and assumptive, the probability of the call going in your direction is 80% more. Evidence-based research in sales, 80% more versus someone that's pessimistic and believes that it won't go their way. Why? Because when you have self-belief, that comes through in your tone, and your assumptiveness says to that person that this is the way I'm supposed to act with this person. So gang, I'm telling you, get rid of I was wondering and do you have a moment, and start moving, being short, sharp. And the reason I'm calling is because. Now, when you're doing a lot of phone work, and you must master that phone, the device is critical. You have to listen to me. You're going to get a lot of voice messages. when you leave messages on voicemails, there's a couple of rules. Rule number one is this. Do not leave one of those stupid messages where you listen to it where it says, oh, it's Tom here. Like, they won't know who you are. And you get that occasional message where you just get, hey, it's John here, right? Don't think everyone knows you. The second type of stupid messages there is the one that goes on for 2 minutes, that babbles on and you can't work what it's all about. You know the one I'm talking about? When you listen to it, right? And you've got to listen to it like 3 times and you still haven't worked out what it's all about, right? And then it's the one that doesn't leave any contact info, right? So I have to say to you, the secret of good voicemail messages is the following. You say who you are. You repeat your phone number 2 times. It's Tom Panos here. My mobile is 0417 634 4289. I'll repeat, 0417 632 4289. The reason I'm calling is because, then please call me, as it will help you further understand this issue. So you give them the reason why you're calling and a reason why it's important for them, and then finish the call and say, as indicated, my number is 0417, and you repeat it again. Then you hang up, and then you also send a text message and say, here's the number to easy call me. That is what you do in the modern world to get someone to call you back. Now, if it's someone that you're really close to in a transaction and you want to call them, get a call back, all you say is this: hey, it's Tom here. There's something that you really need to know. Please give me a call ASAP. Simple as that, with your number. Gang. So all of a sudden, guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to pretty much finish on this because I'm hungry. I've got Vietnamese food in there. I've got sugar cane prawn that I'm going to put vermicelli rolls, and I'm going to roll it up, and I'm going to have about 4 or 5 of them. They're waiting in there. So I'd love to spend more time with you, but I'm a little bit hungry. But I'm just going to say to you here, as I finish off here, guys and girls, tonight, I'm pleased to let you know that Susan Zeng is opening up the real estate gym. She's going to put the link here on social media because I am pleased to let you know the app is coming. Number 1, the Success Journal, a hard journal, scripts, dialogues, where you work out your own plan, your own accountability journal. That's also being done. The next thing is, I got good news. Everywhere I go, every session, videographer, great content. We are just going to give you the most amazing content. And Susan is opening up the doors to the real estate gym. Works out to being 2 to 3 coffees per week where I am your coach. And you get all the stuff that I speak about, but in a much more structured way with videos and templates, right? So yes, I absolutely whet your taste buds there on the sorts of things like this, but it is actually in the real estate gym where I go off and I deliver value. It is called a commercial transaction, but it's a bloody good bargain, I can tell you, because imagine for $10 a week, you've got me as your business coach. Guys and girls, I want to thank you so much for the most important thing I can have, your attention. And I want to let you know, oh, by the way, if you haven't booked your AREC ticket and you're a real estate gym member, you get $350 off. Everyone else pays $1,150. You only pay $800. So that basically pays for more than half of your real estate gym. Anyway, gang, I'm finishing off, and I'm just going to finish off with my favorite words. Remember, hustle beats talent when talent won't hustle. If you do something, something happens. If you do nothing, nothing happens. 80% of winning is just beginning. If you're in a slump, may I say to you, block off Monday to Friday this week, 9 to 12, the power hours, and get back to the basics. It's the cure to everything. Share the video, insta tag someone. See you next week.